Evening, guys. Um, Today's Saturday. I think it's the 13th of July. So the car I'm about to show you guys is actually a video. I didn't film anything. I choose not to. But the red GSI is a friend of mine's. He just bought it. Um, so obviously before he has it roadworthy and things, he wanted a checkup. So I explained to him, not a problem, make it up. So, like all of the vehicles that come to me, they come from other workshops, other mechanics worked on them, and basically that's what I specialize, putting the stuff back to OEM the way they're supposed to be, because not all mechanics work on all cars, so they have their own protocol and procedures that they follow. Yes, I've learned to follow my own procedures that I've created over the years, and it hasn't failed me. So as long as I follow those steps, things go as this client left today, extremely happy, excited, and vehicle's no longer smoking, it's no longer overfueling, it doesn't have lack of power anymore, it doesn't stumble when it idles. So basically, what I found on that particular car, water pump. Yes, it was a 1.6 water pump, but it was a 1.6 water pump for a 16 valve Ecotec engine. So yeah, it's got square teeth, and the one for this one in the Astra, even the cub has round teeth. Okay, some of the cubs have square, but you can change the sprockets and the gears over to make it actually round teeth. But when it comes to the round teeth, if you are using a square tooth one, it's going to destroy your new timing belt. So I changed timing belt, I've changed the water pump on that one, and I changed the tensioner. I did show on this particular channel that I use a particular tensioner. It's off the 1.8 Gamma Sport and also the Astra G 1.6 16 valve. So that tension is a little bit more reliable than just the normal spring-loaded one. The things I make now is a little weaker, so your timing tends to shift as you drive. As you put your foot hard down, it moves off its timing. So an entire tooth and a tooth and a half is a lot, where the solid one will only allow you to move like not even a quarter of a tooth, less than a quarter, and it will rectify within the spin. But yeah, basically what I found was the bottom gear had wear because the crankshaft bolt wasn't tied down correctly. So yeah, it's important for you guys to tie these things correctly in order for you to actually have your pulley stay on and not spoil the gear and basically the spark pickup. So I changed the gear as well, and then I also shimmed the gear on the crank because the crank keyway is a little damaged. So what I would normally do is use a hardened piece of steel, and basically I will grind that to a flat piece of metal and then nail it into that section of gear. So your gear will normally spoil to the back, so all you do is set your gear to the front and then knock it into the back. So that is a temp fix which can last for years. If you as the mechanic knew what you did there, you know you got to pull the gear off and you got to do the exact same thing when you put it back, as long as it's not destroying itself. Otherwise you have to pull the engine apart and replace the crank in the process. But most clients that come to me don't immediately want to start off by pulling a crank, so you try and save them some bucks, give them a price list of what to work on. Based on how long they're going to take will determine if you're able to actually do the entire engine rebuild, like a refresh at the same time. Because you're pulling the engine, you might as well just pull the thing apart, clean everything properly, and put new components back. So your client can drive another vehicle for another 10 years if they look after the vehicle. So yeah, So let's not talk too much. This is exactly on 5 minutes now, and I'm gonna show you a little GSI I worked on today and how excited he is right now. He's got the car almost 2 weeks now, and he's only announcing to the world that he just bought and acquired this vehicle. So yeah, it's good to see people leave extremely happy after they purchase something, and to see the not just the difference in tone when it gets started up again, and also the performance output and fuel consumption, which is the most important thing in South Africa, because we are royally screwed by the amount of fuel costs in our country. Even though we are the biggest refiners of these products, we pay the most for them. So yeah, later.
Sí, brother. Y eso sí, a lo... Eso es esta necesidad. Yeah. Would I really have a shot at a feat? I don't know, but I'm glad to be back like that.